Living like a king. What's going on? It's the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Again. In the last video, we just saved these Zoras. Well, I mean, you know, as best we could. They're still kinda dying, but at least they're not frozen anymore. In this video, maybe we'll finish dispelling the Twilight here. We haven't even gotten the old Light Spirit grapes yet. So, I mean, who knows? Anything could goes. It's just a matter of time before we'll see. And it's a beautiful thing to see all that water flowing once again. We did that. Looks like the shock of that impact not only raised the water level, but sped up the flow too. This water should flow all the way down to the lake. Why don't you let it take you there? That sounds like a lot of freaking fun. I concur, Midna. Go off this absolutely huge dive. You can see here that sorta, you know, as I'm being swept away, that like the landscape is very different. Now that we have the water level raised and flowing, we can make it to all sorts of brand new places. But that's probably going to have to wait until after we get our human body back. And check that out. We can actually reach the Spirit Spring. And as a matter of fact, we washed up there. Ugh, aren't you awake yet? Come on, Midna. I was taking a nap. Look, we got washed all the way down to Lake Hylia, just as I predicted. And it looks like we're right in front of the Spirit Spring to boot. Talk about lucky. 777 lucky bitch. Well, let's go. Snap out of it and get to the Spirit. Come on, Midna. It's right here. We got this. No need to yell at me. I am the last of the spirits of light, consumed by Twilight. So we got the last one here. Hero, chosen one of the gods, you have done well to make it this far. Gather my scattered tears of light that were stolen by shadow. Gather them in this. The vessel of light at last. It's crucial to collecting the tears of light. So now that we got this nifty little thing, we can start hunting bugs. I am sure you know by now the forms that these dark insects take. He's like, you've been around the block. When they steal our light. In this shadow realm of Twilight, I will sound even more dramatic. The insects are invisible like the humans of this world. Collect my light. Lift the final cloud of Twilight that threatens to cover all of Hyrule. Well, that doesn't sound good. But what does sound good is that little tingle of the grapes. So I think we'll get hunting. With that, I think it's going to be pretty easy to fit one whole bug hunting spree into one quick little video. And wouldn't you know it, already we're being led by the nose to our first buggy. Ugh. And of course we can check our map. And you can see they're just all over the freaking place. We got another one over here and one over here. And all the way going up the river. How in the hell are we going to... all the way up to Zora's domain. Thankfully, we have the warp point up there. So, at least that'll make things a little bit easier as far as traveling around goes. It's a fresh batch. Okay, these guys are pretty... oops, I'm digging around. You guys are pretty evenly spread around, so I think it's a oops. Cancel that one, Midna. Just cancel that order. Well, Midna, I mean, you never fail to let me down, do you? That one's probably closer to this other one than this one is, but I don't think this will be too difficult. I don't want to be hitting my head on the wall again, though. And I think if they're too far apart, this will be tricky, but... Ow. Fuck. Okay, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. This time I'm going to go ahead and get this one. I probably shouldn't be having this much trouble with something so simple, but... You know, sometimes you got to go backward to go forward. Dude, are you like high? Follow me. Here we go. This should be in range. Nice, so we even got a brand new warp point down here. Really spreading them out over the map, so that's good. But we do have what we really came for, this light spirit. Or this tier of light, at least. I hear a Howl statue. I bet it's up there. I don't know if there's a way to reach it at the moment. Unless we can do some nifty Midna jumps, but Wolflink can't climb ladders quite like Human Link can. So, might have to save that one for another day. But while we're still down here, we might as well go and try to tackle that one little light spirit tier of light. They're not really light spirits, but I just keep calling them that anyway. You can see these things from a pretty long distance as well. You can see it way off over there in the distance. It's flying around. So, although your vision is limited when you're using your senses as a wolf, you do get a pretty good sense for the stuff that you're really looking for. And speaking of the senses, we got another spirit here. What's that over there? Over there? What's that over there? Why, that's a light spirit. Ain't you ever seen one? He's all, no, it's a tier of light. In any case, he's gonna be dinner as soon as I eat him. You know, there's so many of these little holes hiding around, but you just don't normally get a lot of stuff for them. Okay, so Midna wants something here. Hey, if you blow on that grass over there, the monster bird that was just here should come back quick. And even if you can't play it yourself, maybe you can sit there and howl the same song. Just coming up with all sorts of workarounds. Ooh, a nice blue rupee. So, of course, the hawk grass. It always comes back to the good old hawk grass. So we can apparently just howl the same tune. I'm pretty sure we've done this before. But since we're in the Twilight, maybe we can call in a nice little... or a nice giant horn bird. Oh man, here he comes. I can hear him horning. And that's the bud right there. Yep, we're going to be riding this guy once again. We got the warp point, but unfortunately, several of these tiers of light are going to be flying around above the river, even if we swam it downstream or going downstream. There's just no way we'd be able to pick them up. So we're going to go ahead and solicit the help of our little friend here and see what we can't pull off. We can just dash right into him. Thank God I didn't miss. And you'll just instantly collect those tiers. And we can see them on the map just to make sure that we don't miss any. But I want to keep my senses off for now just so I can watch out for... It sounds like they're firing bomb arrows, so I don't want any part of that. But right here we got the next spirit. Fly right into this. Pretty easy to hit him, but this guy's next to a rock, so we'll see how much luck I have. Ooh. Just barely skated by. But we managed to do it. There's only 3 in here. And now all we have to do is make it out of here alive. Although even if we did get washed down, I don't think it'd be too detrimental, considering we already have the 3 that we need, and we have the warp point, so no need to really go through all of it again. But, I mean, I gotta finish the course. Good friend the Hornbird's putting in work here. Don't want to leave him hanging. Toss him aside to rot away in the river like he was a Yoshi in Super Mario Super Nintendo game. Whatever the hell that one was called. Okay, I managed to babble long enough and we finished. Finished the tunnel. Doing pretty good on our light spirits too. Not that many left to find. They really shortened up these sections. If I was playing the SD version, this would be a lot more brutal. And I definitely see a nice howling stone over there, but let's see what this chick thinks now that we raised the water level up a little bit. Ooh. What's that? A bug? Ew, nasty. Why is it so big? Oh yeah, I've heard that before. Golly, I'm so sick of roughing it in the boonies. I'm not. That's another good spirit to add to our tier wallet. The sign say the same junk? Yeah, the boat rental cabin. Maybe we'll get to see just what that's all about. What do we got over here? The fishing hole. Bobber and lure fishing. Beginners welcome. Guides available. Sounds insanely awesome. I'm betting they don't let in wolves though. So we'll come back to that one. Some more hot grass here. I guess we could take the bird back up here? Question mark? I don't know. I don't think I've ever really done that. There's not really a point since we have a warp path up there and there's no spirits along the way, so. There are some Zoras over there, but let's check this out. Okay, so we gotta memorize this little tune. This is from Ocarina of Time, I believe. I think most of these songs are. A lot of the stuff in this game is taken from Ocarina of Time. What was this tune? Bum 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 bum. I think Spirit Temple? I could be totally wrong. I'm not very up on my Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time tunes, but I think I got the pattern. Okay, so I believe that's the 3rd Golden Wolf that we've activated. And I'm pretty sure I haven't even managed to find the 2nd one we activated yet, but he's out there. Just got to go get him. And would you take a look at that? A little hidden spirit or tier, Jesus. A little hidden tier all the way in this section off in Hyrule Castle. And I didn't even notice. So that means we're going to have to go all the way up here and then make our way back down here. But I'm pretty sure we actually got a warp point right in front of the castle. So I guess that won't be too big of a deal. But let's see what these guys have to say.
Hey,
Do you think Prince Rallis has passed through here?
yeah.
He must have. This is the only waterway that connects to Hyrule Castle. Come, let's follow this path in search of him. Ah, so they're going to Hyrule Castle that way. Yeah, I don't remember if we actually found a warp point in front of Hyrule Castle or not. And if we didn't, this will be a great backup plan for getting there. Because I honestly don't remember if we did or not. That's just how smart I is. But before we do that, we can easily, we can just easily walk up this path as well to get to Zora Domain. So we don't even need to bother warping. Except maybe getting up that big waterfall might be difficult, but we'll see. Prince Rallis is so young. To think the queen. Ugh. They're mourning their queen. If we fracture our troop strength with too many parties searching for the prince, our guard here will be too thin. She's pulling an old Sigmire. Attacks by the shadow beasts. Volcanic boulders in the throne room. What in the world is going on? I was gonna say, what is the world coming to? Not our prince too. No, it's better not even think such unlucky thoughts. Well, we know the prince is in danger, but we don't know his fate quite yet. It appears that the cave to Snow Peak is still frozen over. I suppose we'll have to wait a bit longer. Man, you just try and do something good and you can't do it 100%. Doesn't that just burn your chaps? Well, I know it'll cheer me up. A nice tear of light right over here. Get that guy before he starts turning shocky. So 4 more left to go. And it looks like there's one over here on the map. And there he is, a little bugger. I want to get some roots for my troubles. And did I get that here? I think so. Cool. Let's explore around here. Midna was bugging us over on the other side. Probably some help we can get from her, but there's a chest over here. I want to get that. Make sure I get the chest. A cool 10 roots. We're almost at... Well, we're getting close to 300. Again, don't remember what the rupee capacity is. Maybe 500 or so. Yeah. And I don't really remember... Well, we definitely haven't found anything to be spending a lot of money on yet. I don't remember what we will be spending money on, so that'll be fun to find out. And Midna looks like she wants to help us get up here. Hey, we can climb up from here. What do you know? Thanks, Midna. You really show me the way. I don't think there's anything too crazy here. The ice jumps were a little bit of a pain, but I think climbing up this thing is actually a little simpler. And I could just warp, but where's the fun in that? I mean, come on. And save time? What for? Look, we got treasure chests. See, it's well worth it. A whole 20 rupees in here and everything. We get to spend some quality time with Midna. This is really the ideal way to make it up. Zora's Domain waterfall. Oh shit, I almost just jumped right the hell off. And wait a minute, hold up. Oh, you know what? This is funny. I'm pretty dang sure, I'm like 99.999% sure that the SD version def had a spirit, or a tear over there. Gonna get that right. Definitely had a tear over there. And you literally had to, like, I'm pretty sure, like, do all those Midna jumps twice. Because there's a little ledge that you can't climb up as a wolf. And it's just a big old pain. Kind of glad they took that one out. But, hey, We're getting closer, at least. We got one tier in here. Where is he at? Is he going to be a trickster? Oh, he's hanging out on the wall. Where'd you go, bud? There he is. Sweet. Okay, now let's see if I do have a warp point over by Hyrule Castle after all. I do not. Sadly, I have one over here, but I think this is the bridge that got taken out. I want to say. Maybe not, but you know, I think I'm just gonna take that good old-fashioned river down to Hyrule Castle instead. I mean, that's where the Zoras went, and we're trying to learn the ways of the Zora in Lanayru province here. We haven't had really much contact with them. All we've done is eavesdrop in on some conversations. Haven't actually interacted with any Zoras whatsoever. Well, except for the queen, but she's dead, so she doesn't count. Sorry. Okay. And hopefully from here it'll be just a short swim. And we can go back to Castle Town. Maybe we'll see Prince Rallis there and Ilia. At least they're spirits. We can see what they're up to. And which way are we going here? Looks like we're going to want to head to the west. And there's plenty of enemies here in Hyrule Field still. We lose our scent. Oh no, there's our scent. So we could even follow the scent trail back if we really wanted to. But we got the power of the map now. I don't think that's necessary. In fact, I'll go ahead and flash forward to me being in Hyrule Castle Town right now. So here we are in front of the castle. You can see the golden wolf is up there. Can't talk to him yet, can't get up there, and also we need to have sword in hand before we start doing anything like that. And oh, wouldn't you know it. Now we get a good portal right at Hyrule Castle. Pretty convenient. I can see us coming back to Hyrule Castle quite frequently throughout our travels. And all it's going to take is the short death of 3 shadow beasts. Ain't no thing by this point. Totally got a handle on that. As long as you ignore the last encounter I had with them. But we're very close to that light spirit that was on the map. That is actually called a tier, but for some reason, I just can't get it right. The Zora child. I hear he was taken to the bar on the other side of the southern road. Then we already talked to these people. Telma's always got her hands full. Ain't it the truth? Let's just make a beeline right to Telma. Look at this big fatso. The Hyrule soldiers are so fat. You need to be getting into shape. Got a whole conga line of them right here. A conga line. Ugh. Throat's all dry. Pronouncing my G's like K's. And I'm sure there's lots of cool places we can go in Castletown, but probably going to be a lot more fun to do the whole tourism thing when we're a human. And, oh, wait a minute. Where am I at? Going right to Telma's. Looks like the spirit's over here, but, you know, let's go check in on Telma real quick. Just to see what's going on. This boy is still so young, so innocent. To see him suffering like this. He'll be alright, little lady. Someone's already gone for the doctor. I'll tell you, though, from what those soldiers in the back were talking about to everything else, there sure has been a rash of trouble lately. So, same old stuff going on over here. Let's go ahead and get that light spirit so we can get closer to ridding this land of the Twilight and helping Ilia and Rallis and all the Zoras out. Because that's what it's all about. You can't be crafty with me. Except when you shock me. When you fly away. I don't got no wings. That's not fair. And it looks like we're missing one tier. Even though our map doesn't have any left on it. If we did everything correctly. Hey, what's going on? There should be one more. Where could the last tier be? What? There it is. What's going on? This is weird. Well, that wasn't there before, but... I mean, simple enough. We can just warp there. Let's go catch us the last tier of light. Said it right that time. Hell yeah. Holy shit. What in the hell was that? Well, that does not look friendly, whatever the hell that was. Ooh, be careful there, Link. You don't want to fall off. But I suppose we'll just have to go take a look one way or another. That's the job of the hero, after all. So it's coming from this area where the tier of light is marked on our map. So, coincidence, perhaps? Okay, well, let's just heighten our senses, see what's going on here, and disgusting. Isn't that just the most fugly thing you've ever freaking seen? And it even has shocky powers to boot. So this is kind of like the king of all the tier of light bugs. It's just a big, fat, larval sack of shit. And it does not want anything to freaking do with you. So we're just going to jump on top of it and bite the shit out of its big old sack. And it's pretty gross, actually, the effect you get. Its little legs kind of pop out. Kind of like one of those little squeezy toys that you have to relieve stress. And all the facial features kind of pop out at you. But nevertheless... hopefully this boss will be pretty simple. He is just a big old lunker after all. I don't know if you can call something that's not a fish a lunker, but hey, I just did. He's just a big fatty. This is kind of like the Twilight Princess's version of Wilson Fisk. So, and I mean, I beat his ass when I was playing Spider-Man. It only took me like 6 tries. What the hell? Oh, he like bumped me off. That was weird. Come back, bug. I just want to kill you in a very brutal death. He's going to give us a second chance here. And, oh, here we go. This is actually pretty cool. Use Midna and attack all the legs. And with that, we have the final tier in the final province covered in Twilight. Will this be the last of the Twilight that we see? Who knows?
But it might be.
So, we just got a whole bunch of information on the fused shadows that we're actually collecting for Midna right now. The spirit Lanayru told us that, although we may be seeking this power right now, we may not actually know what kind of terrible powers it may hold. So, with that, we at least collected the last of the tears. We brought light to all of the provinces in Hyrule afflicted by the Twilight. And in the next video, we'll start setting a course for the Lakebed Temple. And, of course, saving Prince Rallis for the Queen of the Zoras. Thanks for joining me in this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Until next time.